loves, welcome back to the community, the fourth community, where we support each other, where we grow, where we can self-express without any judgment. So welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you new, in this community, you will find topics on self-improvement, growth, and maybe even a touch on law of attraction and manifestation, and self-expression like dancing, some lifestyle videos. So if you're into that, please consider subscribing, and let's just get into the video. So right now, you might be feeling kind of like in a chaotic state. The world is in a chaotic state for sure, and that may or may not impact you in some way. But regardless of that, I want to say that it's okay to feel the chaos, but it is not okay to let the chaos control you. Okay? So most of us go through our lives day to day by going with the same routine or the same thought process, where we actually are stuck in a very continuous loop where we feel the same pain or anguish or stuck feeling, right? So in this episode, we're talking about how to kind of notice that is a call to realign yourself, and how to realign yourself, and some of the tips to realign yourself. And I'm not sure how much we're going to cover in today's video because I don't want it to be very long, but we're going to do our best to cover most of it. And if not, it will actually go into the next episode, or maybe the podcast that I might be launching soon. So stay tuned for that. So I'm going to first talk about what alignment or misalignment is, because misalignment is a term that I think is a little bit confusing, and it really varies depending on person to person. But for me, misalignment is when we deviate from what our soul is seeking, when we deviate from what our soul is wanting, right? When we have this little inkling in our stomach or a tug in our heart, but then we choose to ignore it, and usually when this happens so many times, when someone says, oh, I don't like the vibe, like something is off, I don't like this feeling, that is your intuition, that is your gut telling you that, pause and think to yourself, what is it that is going wrong, Yeah, but many of us really disregard that or ignore it, or we don't really even have that inkling feeling because we're so caught up in other things. Yeah. So I want to tell a little story from my life to kind of preface this, to kind of further explain about misalignment and what misalignment can look like, because it may not be what you think it is. It's not like a huge thing where you're like, oh, this vibe is totally off. It's very quiet. It's a very quiet whisper. So it's okay if people often miss it, because it's very, very subtle. And that is why I'm here, to help you listen and how to hone in into yourself and your inner self, to listen to that inner voice. So for the story I want to tell is, again, I want to preface this story by saying that I am a highly sensitive person. So I am very much in touch with my emotions, and my senses are very heightened. I just have very heightened senses. So I get stimulated by a lot of different people, different like very loud environments. So yeah, a few years ago, I started working at a high-end coffee bar as a barista, and I was very drawn to this position because I'm an artist, I'm a creative, and let me know if this is also you, but I think almost all creatives, maybe all creatives, are actually very drawn to coffee shops because it's that romanticization of like just sitting in a coffee shop with like chill music or jazz music and just smelling like the roasted coffee smell and maybe like painting, and it's like, it's like soothing, it's relaxing, like I'm adulting. I was wrong though. I was wrong. But anyways, I was motivated by this romanticization, right? I was like, yes, I'm making money, coffee, I love coffee. Just this rose-colored glasses kind of situation going on. I was motivated by it, that I even traveled 2 hours to get to the training site, and I trained there for a couple of weeks or even months actually before starting my shift. And when I started my shift and I actually started to go on Spro, which is actually using the coffee machines and not just like the what you call it, like the ready to pour coffees. You're actually using the espresso machines and grinding them and like frothing milk, steaming milk, and then doing the latte art. So yeah, I still had to also go back to the training site another 2 hours and train, but I was really, really motivated because was like a fresh beginning for me. Mind you, I was also dealing with some relationship problems, which I will get to later in this episode. So if you're curious, I will get to it. But everything started off really great. I was really amped up to learn. I love learning, and this was something new, so I was really pumped, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Over time, though, I've noticed this shift in the energy from this girl who was really excited to learn and be a part of a team and to make my own money, and to adults. This energy shifted, and I realized I became really like almost depressed, kind of crabby, and I was very snappy at the people that I loved. I lost my creativity. I didn't want to paint. I didn't want to do the things I loved doing, like gardening or baking or hanging out with people, talking to people, socializing with my friends. I just wanted to come home. And just like, sleep. I was so exhausted. I didn't even know why, because I was only working part-time, and yes, I had to wake up at like 5 a.m. and drive like in the dark to get to the coffee shop because this was during winter. So 5 a.m., 6 a.m., it was completely dark outside and scary at times, but I woke up at 5 a.m., went to the coffee shop, opened, and then during noontime, I would come back home, and I had all this time to do whatever I wanted, but I didn't want to do anything. I was just so sad, and it's like it sucked all the energy out of me. I was like, just like it sucked all of this energy like out of me, and that was a very chaotic time in my life, and I felt really down during that time. And I realized, fast forward today, in retrospect, that I had a little inkling that it was not the right thing, but I did it anyways because of my ego, because I was like, I want to make money, I want to adult, I want to prove to myself and everyone that I can do this, right? But my gut was telling me like, Gina, like, no, like this is a really crowded place. It's so crowded. There's literally like everyone is like taking up all the tables, they're standing, there's a long line. It's very, very chaotic. It's a small shop, it's very chaotic. And because of my sensitivity, and mixed with like the loud room, the crowded space, the fast-paced environment, and customer service, which if you work at customer service, that it is not always friendly. It is always not friendly. So that was not a good experience. But this is an example of what misalignment can look like. It can just be very simple like that, like taking a job and realizing the job is wrong for you, but learning from it anyways, right? And from this experience and other experiences in my life, I've come to really trust my own intuitions, at least try to, and to really trust it. Don't question it. Don't question why. Just listen to it and trust it. And I learned that just because everyone else is having such a swell time and makes it look so easy, it doesn't mean that you have to conform to fit it in either. It doesn't mean that it'd be easy for you. It doesn't mean that that job is right for you. This is I already talked about this, that we have like this problem where sometimes things go wrong for us, and we ask ourselves like, why me? Why does it always happen to me? Like, is it because I have bad luck, bad karma, bad juju? Like, what did I do to like deserve this, And you don't have bad luck or bad juju. Most of the time, it's because we're too focused on the external world instead of the internal world. So when the internal world wants to speak to us, we're like, hello? Like, I'm more focused on the external, like things I can actually see and things I can physically like touch and smell. So let's actually get into what the external world is. The external is everything outside of you. Simple as that. Your environment, the people you surround yourself with, the materialistic objects, your social beliefs. And inherently, there's nothing wrong with the external world, right? We're living in it. But it does become an issue when you seek the external world to always solve your problems. And when we kind of identify ourselves through the external world, right? So buying this bag will make you temporarily happy, but it's not sustainable. Changing your environment will make you temporarily happy, but it's not sustainable. Getting a job so you can just get a job or boost your ego might make you temporarily happy and may make you financially stable for a little bit, but it's not sustainable, right? So how can we find solutions that are sustainable? And the answer to that is to step inwards to find our solutions and to identify ourselves from the inwards, not the outwards, not just some label that society wants to slap on us. What I want to say is that feeling of like anger or loss, disappointment, heartbreak, sadness, happiness, things just really don't go away. Sometimes is a blessing. Sometimes it's a blessing. Sometimes it's the universe saying, hey, you, I love you, so I want to protect you, and that's not the road that you want to go on. Like, I see a lot of heartbreak, I see a lot of disappointment and loss, and my God, I'm just always hitting you. Sorry. So I'm gonna like pick you up and like drop you over here on a different path, and you'll be much happier, right? Sometimes that's what we usually learn from these disappointments or heartbreaks. Like, thank goodness, like, I didn't take this job because it was pretty sketchy, or thank goodness I didn't date this person, I like dodged a bullet or something, right? Like, thank goodness you fill in the blank. So it is actually a blessing in disguise. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, especially if you do get this like inner kind of gut feeling, right? I say this as if identifying misalignment in your life is really easy, but it's not, because if it was, many of us would already be so much happier and the world be so much more peaceful. But so what I'm going to say are some tips that can help you to really hone in on your inner intuition and connect it with it more, be intimate with it, be saucy with it. So let's go. So meditation. Is the first thing, right? So who remembers when meditation was like booming? Maybe it like piqued your interest. Maybe you're already doing it, which is congratulations. Or maybe you are really skeptical about it. You're very sus about it. Especially because I think everyone tries to meditate or says they meditate, but they don't really understand what meditation is. And yeah, for those of you who already has meditation incorporated into your daily life, I congratulate you, because it is not easy, and I encourage you to keep going. And for those of you who don't practice meditation, let me kind of explain to you about it. So, meditation is not just about sitting in silence, doing this the whole time and just being like, no thoughts. I will not think about anything. I'll empty my brain. I'll empty my mind. It's not just that. It could be that, but it's not just that. Meditation, in a sense, is actually finding stillness. And finding stillness looks differently for everyone. And meditation is not about having no thoughts at all. It's about having thoughts, but just being like, aha, I have a thought, and just let them drift away like a little cloud. Don't dwell on it. Don't like let it consume you. Just let it drift away and be like, oh, I have a thought. Okay, interesting. Bye. And that's what meditation is basically. Again, meditation can look like something different. And again, all these tips actually kind of connect like a little web. So all these examples can like flow down to the other examples. So just keep that in mind. So how I meditate is different from how you might meditate, from anyone else that might meditate. Meditation can just be about listening to some beautiful sounds. Meditate can incorporate some breath work. It could be about like chanting, visualization. Meditation can even be like walking in nature and just like hearing all the different sounds that's going on in nature and just feeling all the sensations in nature. Meditation can look like a whole bunch of things. Painting, they mentioned painting, even working out can be a source of meditation. Stretching can be a source of meditation. Just somehow like connecting with your body, connecting with your senses. Obviously, put away social media, put away your phone, put away electronics. Your company is you, and you're just enjoying that, right? You're enjoying the present moment. So that's basically what meditation is. So again, the next tip is to practice gratitude or appreciation, because I think the word gratitude sometimes gets a really bad rap. So practicing appreciation can again come in many different forms. I have a gratitude journal that I write in morning and evening. And in the journal, there's like different prompts that you can basically just like reflecting on your mood, yourself, your day, everything that happened to you that day, and to appreciate things. And it can be as small as, I'm so thankful for a brand new day. I'm so thankful for the clothes I'm wearing right now. I'm so thankful for all this video equipment that I have, right? Just like play around with it, see what works for you. So practicing gratitude doesn't, again, always have to be having a journal, writing like 1, 2, 3, what am I grateful for, right? It could be like self-care, skincare, having like a spa day. Just do what works for you. What do you love to do? And do that. Maybe it's gardening, right? Maybe it's gardening. And so, yeah. Another thing that I like to say, or another tip for you to kind of hone in on your inner self, is affirmations. You can recite affirmations to yourself. You come up with your own affirmations. You can just say it when you are having a difficult time. And what affirmations are basically words or phrases that uplifts you, right? Like maybe when you are doing your skincare, saying affirmations like, I am beautiful, I am unique, I am gorgeous, my skin is glowing. Yeah, just affirmations. You can recite them. There's sources online. There's, like YouTube. There's podcasts where they just recite affirmations. And yeah, I like to recite my affirmations with this podcast. I think music helps. I think doing it with someone helps. And I like to also, I don't have it with me right now, but I like to also recite my affirmations while like holding my morning cup of tea or lemon water, and kind of like almost reciting it to myself. But I think the words are very kind, and it kind of, the lovely words kind of like uplifts the water as well. And when you drink it, it's just like this magical spell. So anyways, moving on to the next idea is finding sparks of joy and implementing sparks of joy into your life. What brings joy to your life, right? Is it making that morning cup of coffee? Is it baking? Is it gardening? Is it going to the outdoors, going hiking, going kayaking? Is it painting? Is it cooking? Honed into that, because hone into that. Make room, make time to find sparks of joy, to really give this special space to yourself. Allow yourself to have that, right? There's probably so many other tips that I want to give you, but these are the majority of things that I actually practice on a daily basis, and have been practicing for half a year now. I think, or close to half of a year now. That's basically it. I have so many more things to talk about, so many more interesting stories for you guys. So I hope this helps in summarization. Recognizing misalignment can be very difficult because it comes with unpleasant feelings. And we as a society are geared or are taught to find solutions from outside sources rather than the inside, right, of ourselves. So know that sometimes when things don't go the way you want, when things just go awry, when there's chaos, it might be for the better to pause, right? Not panic. And to, if you can, listen to that little voice inside yourself, and to really work on your inner self and your inner quietness, so you can really hear that whisper, and you can listen, or you can better connect with your inner self through meditation, through practicing gratitude, to reciting affirmations, and to finding and doing and incorporating little sparks of joy in your daily life. Okay, so if there is something that you want to ask, if you're called to ask about that, then write it in the comments and I will get back to you. If you like this video, if you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like this video, and yeah, maybe in the comments write down what you want to see next. If you have any similar stories to my story, I'm sure you guys have. And yeah, I hope you guys are doing well, staying healthy. Stay healthy, stay healthy, stay healthy. And hope you have a good day, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are. Sending you so much love and light. Bye.